That's me. And I don't see how this ends well. What do you think happens?
Yeah, I think it's the most important question right now. I'm actually quite bearish on transformer models. Like, I don't think the current AI architecture um, is going to be what truly replaces human jobs. Like, these models are basically just condensing massive amounts of data that already exist and distilling it into a usable fashion. It's very different than like sort of true fluid intelligence. That said, the approaches we've taken to bring these models to life, and certainly the amount of compute humanity has, I think undeniably over the next few decades, and potentially sooner than that, there will be model architectures that do that. And so when I talk about AI, I'm actually talking more broadly than transformer models. I'm talking a lot more broadly than current AI, than current LLMs, certainly. That said, so if we imagine a world where a new AI architecture doesn't come along, you're basically looking at this massive arms race to build bigger and bigger and bigger models to have more and more capability. And so, and it's sort of logarithmically capable with respect to the amount of data and compute you build. So as you want, and these are theoretical numbers, but if you want your model to be 5% better, you don't have to add 5% more compute. You have to add 10 times more compute and 10 times more data. And so in that world, it's actually a pretty, generally speaking, a pretty rosy picture for how humanity interacts with AI, because you basically get more capable chatbots, you get more capable agents. It does actually augment humanity. Now, the issue there is that is primarily compute and data bottleneck. China is going to beat us on scaling. Like, that is what they do incredibly, incredibly well, is take something that America or the West generally invents, plug it into their system with a bigger industrial base, with basically aligned totalitarian powers to set a direction and beat us on scale. So they do it across the board. It's their most famous playbook. And then you compound that with the fact that Taiwan is where all this compute is made. And so if you take the current track of AI, unfortunately, what I think happens, and I'm not an AI guy, there are people who are a lot smarter than me on this, but what I'm concerned happens is we do start building a lot of compute as the West and as China. If China takes Taiwan, and arguably even if they don't take Taiwan, because they're making massive strides at sovereign semiconductor manufacturing, they're going to beat us on scale.